Serbia has moved army units to its border with Kosovo after clashes between Kosovan police and members of the country's ethnic Serb minority. The unrest began when Serbs tried to prevent newly elected ethnic Albanian officials from entering municipal buildings in the north. Serbs formed the majority there and boycotted last month's elections. That allowed Albanian candidates to win out a turnout of just over 3%. In 2008, Kosovo declared independence, which Serbia rejects.
What started as a peaceful protest soon spiraled out of control as police tried to clear Serbian residents blocking entry to this government building in northern Kosovo. With tear gas filling the air, protesters were forced to abandon their efforts to stop the town's newly sworn-in ethnic Albanian mayor from entering. Cars were set ablaze and more than a dozen people injured as protesters tried to block new officials in nearby towns as well. But once police were able to clear the streets, they made it into their offices. The violence comes after ethnic Albanian politicians won elections in the Serbian majority area in April on a tiny turnout of barely 3.5%, following a boycott by Serbs that was pushed by the Serbian government. It's just the latest unrest in the area where most of the population still remains loyal to Belgrade. Many Serbs here have never accepted Kosovo's independence. Across the border to the north, Serbia's President Aleksandar Vučić told supporters at a rally that his government would defend Kosovo's Serbs.
We will protect and ask for peace. I will fight for every second of peace so it lasts longer. But I am telling you, the first attack on the Serbs in the north of Kosovo and Metohija, Serbia will not sit idly by. You want to banish Serbs, but you won't succeed.
But any attempt by Serbian troops to enter Kosovo would mean a fight with NATO peacekeepers. International troops have been helping maintain security in the restive region for over 2 decades now.
For more, I'm joined now by Lars Gunnar Vigemark. He is head of the European Union Rule of Law Mission in Kosovo, a civilian mission under the EU. Sir, I'll start by stating the obvious. There's a raised level of readiness of Serbian troops at the border with Kosovo. The Serbian Minister of Defense called it a necessity. Do you agree?
We would urge everyone to act in a prudent manner, in a calm manner, to avoid any violence, any threats, and to de-escalate a situation that yesterday unfortunately spun out of control in one municipality in northern Kosovo, in Zvečan, with some violence.
A thorny question, but what should be the long-term approach of dealing with widespread protests from ethnic Serbs in Kosovo? Because clearly their election boycott is a strong signal of their fundamental dissatisfaction with the current state of affairs.
Well, I think we as the European Union, and that was restated yesterday, have said that the recent elections, although they took place in good order, but only represent a very small fraction of the population in northern Kosovo, that is not a long-term solution. A long-term solution can only be found in a dialogue between Kosovo and Serbia, between Belgrade and Pristina, that also involves the local population, the Kosovo Serbs.
The international community has called all parties to de-escalate. What else can they do?
We are closely monitoring, as EULEX, the EU Rule of Law Mission, through our so-called Foreign Police Unit. We're monitoring the situation on the ground. We also have other monitors, police advisors. We work together with the NATO force here, peacekeeping force KFOR, and together with the Kosovo police. I think it's very important that everyone understands what is really going on the ground. We know that there are some criminal elements involved, but there's also local population that is disenchanted with the situation. There's a lack of trust, I think, among the parties in general, both, shall we say, at a macro and a micro level. There are a number of so-called triggers that can trigger unrest right now. We consider this to be a part of Kosovo, of course, but it's very important that the citizens in all parts of Kosovo feel that their democratic and human rights are being respected. We're also monitoring the treatment of Kosovo Serbs and other minorities, other so-called non-majority communities in Kosovo, to ensure that they are treated equally before the law. There's been a lot of concern from the Kosovo Serb side, from the side of Belgrade, that they are being discriminated against, legally speaking. We had some cases end of last year in particular. And this is something that we follow very closely, and I dare say objectively, through this very robust monitoring of the judiciary here in Kosovo.
Okay. That is many thanks to Lars Gunnar Vigemark.
You're